Welcome to Wake Up Wednesday with Art4, which is an organization located in South Bend, Indiana, dedicated to everyone everywhere. My name is Mary Delaney, and I am an artist, advocate, creator, director, teacher, dancer, singer. Artist is the best way to describe it. And I reside in Green Bay, Wisconsin. I have honed in on my skills and my craft, studying through a couple universities. I've done some pre-college intensives at Carnegie Mellon University. I did 3 years in the BFA musical theater program at the University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point, and I just recently, this May, got my degree in theater studies from the University of Wisconsin Green Bay, which is my hometown. So it was nice to be around people that I know and love, and it was, I mean, even though COVID happened, it was still a really happy experience for me. I'm currently a music teacher at a nearby elementary school in the area, as well as a freelance tap teacher, vocal coach, audition prep coach, scene study coach, and acting coach. I run that little business out of my studio apartment, which is a fun experience. Within the next year, my girlfriend and I will be relocating to Minneapolis, Minnesota. There I plan to start my career in experimental theater, and hopefully in the future creating a foundation of opportunities for new works. So young playwrights, old playwrights, directors, artists, anyone. I would love, I have a huge passion for new works and creating that opportunity for people, maybe having a theater company in the future as well. Today I'm here to talk to you about mindfulness and how we can infiltrate this into our everyday routines, practices. Every minute of every day mindfulness will help us. Something that I have learned in the last year is how much mindfulness can impact us and our studies, our careers, our relationships, our mental health, our physical health. And I would like to share with you a little meditation practice that I find very, very helpful. This can be used when I'm feeling angry. This can be used when I'm feeling overwhelmed. Even when I'm happy, it'll make me happier, more relaxed. It is amazing. It can be as long as you want it to be and as short as you want it to be. And I kind of take it mainly from yoga practice. It is known as Shavasana, which is typically at the end of a yoga practice. And it's a meditation type relaxation, breathing moment of silence and thought. And I would love to share that with you, and I plan on it, so here we go. So my specific approach to this, I do like 2 different things going into that. So the first thing I want you to do is to find yourself in a comfortable seated position. So when I say comfortable, I mean as little muscle tension as possible. For me, I have extreme back problems. So the most comfortable position is probably laying down. So if that's the most comfortable position, do it. We're gonna get there eventually. So I want you to sit however you're sitting, and I want you to just breathe. We're gonna start with our yoga breath, which is in through your nose and out through your nose. It can be a little nerve-wracking sometimes. You don't feel like you can breathe that well, but if you continue to focus on it, it'll create a really nice connection to your core and your soul, all that yoga stuff, but it's so true. So we're gonna breathe in through our nose, out through our nose. Your breath can be as audible as it needs to be. Mine is very audible. Now I want you to continue to do this breathing, a couple of rotations, a couple of cycles of it. And whenever you're ready, with the littlest amount of muscle tension, I want you to come to a laying position on your back with your arms extended out, not out, but out, palms up, almost to your side, and your legs straight out, a little bit out if they need to be, whatever is most natural and comfortable, like you could sleep in that position. So do your breathing and get to that position, and then I'll get back with you. So by now we are laying on our backs, and we have our palms up to the sky. We are yoga breathing, and we're gonna slowly turn our breathing into just a regular, natural, everyday breath. Still focusing on breathing, making sure we're breathing, not letting go of our breath. It is very important to breathe during this. So my natural breath is in through the nose, out through the mouth. If yours is in through the mouth, out through the mouth, in through your, out through your, whatever, just get to your natural breath. We're gonna keep breathing. Now I want you, this is my special flair to this, I want you to target a muscle in your body where you hold an extreme amount of tension. For me, it's my lower back. I have severe back issues. We see the chiropractor a couple times a week. So say hi to that muscle. Keep breathing. We're gonna do a little catch and release type exercise. So we're gonna breathe in, 3, we're gonna clench that muscle as tight as we can for 3 seconds, and then we're gonna release it on a breath for 3 seconds. We're gonna do that twice. So we're gonna go. Clench, 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 out. Again. Clench, 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 release. As you release, think of your muscle meeting the ground, melting into the ground, melting into the earth, becoming one with the earth. Now, for your future practices, you could do this with every muscle in your body. You could go through every muscle, but we're just gonna do one for now. You could even do your entire body at once and then let it go. But I want you to just keep your little friend, the tight muscle, in mind. Continue to let that melt in and continue to breathe. Now we have released that muscle into the ground. We've been breathing, which has slowly allowed the rest of our body to melt into the ground. And we're gonna set a little intention. So this is kind of where mindfulness comes in for me. I want you guys to think of something that's been weighing on your heart or your head. Something that has kind of thrown you off. That's creating struggle in your everyday life. Something that worries you. Something about your relationships, about your mental health, about the political or economic world that we live in right now. Find that and continue breathing. We're gonna think of that as a weighted blanket, and that thought is gonna go over your entire body, pushing you farther into the ground, suffocating you. Feel it. Now we're gonna breathe in on 3, and we're gonna let it go. We're gonna breathe it in, we're gonna think about it, and then we're gonna completely let it go. And we're gonna feel the blanket lift off our body and evaporate into thin air. Breathe in and release. You are lighter. You are continuing to melt into the ground. I want you to continue to breathe. And I want you to listen to your surroundings. For me, I'm outside. It's car motors and all that jazz, but there's something peaceful about being still in a non-still environment. So listen and breathe. Now I want you to slowly start to bring some feeling back into the tips of your fingers. Move them around. The tips of your toes. Move your toes around. Slowly do your wrists, your ankles, your joints. And whenever you're ready, I want you to get to a comfortable seated position. with as little muscle tension as possible. So maybe that's rolling to your side and then helping yourself up with your arm. Continuing to breathe. And once you're in that seated position, I want you to continue to breathe and to think about that intention that you let go of today. You said it and you let go of it. You thought about it and you released it. I want you to pay attention to your mind and your body and how it feels different than before you started this meditation exercise. I want you to thank yourself for giving this time for your mind and your body to be mindful. And as typical yoga practice, your hands are going to come to your heart center and you're going to bow and say namaste, or however you want to end it. Maybe that's just letting out a scream or shaking your body around or continuing to breathe for another 5 minutes.